Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to do a quick chatty get ready with me from Portugal. So today is Saturday and we've been here in Porto for 4 days already. It is amazing, it is beautiful, but guys, I am struggling. My back has been killing me. Let me start because otherwise we'll never get done. I already used my skincare and SPF, and then I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin and Universal as my primer. I actually have been loving, I brought this with me, the Ultra Latent Velvet from Chanel. And this is something that I've had in my collection for a little bit of time. And I really have not used it that much. And this is beautiful. This has such a long wear time. This is something that it dries down to a powder. And it is a foundation. It's not a skin tint. I have it in the shade B20. And I'm going to use this humongous mirror right here. I hope the lighting is okay. I'm filming in, it's like a studio what we have. I'm just going to put that right now because I think I put too much. And you really don't need a lot of this. But this has such a beautiful finish. It gives you like a good medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit in any areas that you feel that you need a little more help. But this is just absolutely gorgeous. I like the fact that it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like you have anything on your face. It has a very pretty finish. And it gives you enough coverage. And it doesn't make you feel like you're wearing heavy makeup. So I think this is great for just if you're going to be out all day. It is a pricey product like Chanel is. It is scented. So if that's something that you don't like, you're not going to like this. I'm just going to add a little bit to the areas where I have most of my hyperpigmentation, which is my cheeks. And then I have one like down here that's, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's really dark. One thing I've noticed is we've been in Portugal, don't wear a lot of makeup. I mean, we've been on trains, we've been on their subways, we've been on buses, and some of the younger girls wear a little bit of makeup, but really very little. I haven't seen anybody with a lot of makeup, which is kind of interesting. There is a mall almost like half a block away from where we're at. Guys, the place that we rented is in the best area ever. It's close to everything. There's like a pedestrian mall or sidewalk, like cars can't drive down the street where we're at. But it's always busy. There's always a lot of people walking around. And let me tell you, we thought at first that it may be like a little noisy in the room. Okay, these windows are amazing because you don't hear anything from outside. So I think it would have been a problem if it would have been like really noisy outside and we didn't have good windows, but that has not been the problem. I have like my makeup in my makeup bag. This one right here, and it's on a chair next to me. There's not too many places where I can do my makeup. The lighting is probably gonna be terrible for you guys, but this is more just to chat with you for a little bit, tell you what we have experienced so far. I'm gonna use a little bit of the corrector from Morphe. And so, yeah, it's just to let you know what we experienced so far. So it's not about the makeup. And if the lighting is terrible, I'm sorry. But you guys, you know how it is when you travel. You can't control certain things. Hey, even when I'm home, I still can't, promise that it's going to be. I'm challenged. But anyways, it has been beautiful. The weather has been amazing. Now, everywhere that I checked before we came, it kept saying that the temperature was going to be like in the low 70s and high 50s in the evening and first thing in the morning. So I only brought one short sleeve top. The rest of them are like this. They're not super thick or hot or heavy, but it's long sleeves. And let me tell you, during the day, it has been warm, okay? Not to the point where I feel it's unbearable, but I could have done with a short sleeve top. So yesterday was my worst day with the pain. I've been walking a lot more than I normally do when I'm home. It's terrible, but I'm not that active. This is a Tarte creaseless creamy concealer, and I really like this concealer. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my lid also. So yesterday I was sore when we left. I knew it was gonna be a bad day because I was already in a lot of pain, but I'm really trying not to let my pain rule my life, which pretty much it does. I have to, everything I do, I have to do it around the pain. But anyways, we walked to go have some breakfast, and then we bought a ticket to go on, it's a hop on, hop off bus tour, and it's good for 48 hours. So it's good through tomorrow, like noon tomorrow. But anyway, so we went to Gia, which is across the river, and we had dinner over there, and it was beautiful. But still had to do walking. I mean, where the bus leaves you and where you want to go, you know, you have to do walking. And while you don't realize how much you take for granted, the ability to walk, yeah, it was bad. From a 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain, I was probably at a 15. I got to a point where I was having cold sweats. My hands were shaking. I told my husband, I said, I think I'm going to pass out. I said, I can't do this anymore. So we did go. The tickets that we purchased, it included a wine tasting at one of the wineries for port wine. So we did do that, and I did not enjoy that port wine. It was too sweet. I'm not one for sweet wines. I like more of, my favorite wines are like a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Pinot Noir. If I'm going to be drinking white wine, I like the Sauvignon Blanc, something like that. I don't like them very dry. I don't like them super sweet either. So my husband didn't like that one either. So I only took like a sip. They gave you a sample of a red and a sample of a white, and I only took a sip. I'm gonna powder a little bit, even though with this foundation you really don't need it. But I just want to make sure that, you know, everything stays in place, and especially right here in my T-zone, which is where I get a little oilier, that's set. If you guys heard a noise before, I kind of stopped because I realized I have the washing machine going, and you probably couldn't hear that, but it's done now. Yeah, I have it's a washer and dryer combo. Okay, talk about confusing. Okay, yeah, that was challenging trying to figure out what to set it at. I am washing and drying my jeans right now. I did the rest of the laundry last night. But anyway, yesterday was very, very challenging. I felt so bad for my husband because when I'm in really bad pain like that, I can be a total witch. I'll admit it. Oh my gosh, I try not to, but it's like you just want to rip somebody's head off. So I feel bad. So I apologized to him last night. He goes, "Oh, that's okay. I understand." No, that's not right. It's no excuse. But anyways, the powder that I was using is the L'Oreal Infallible Blur Fiction. So I'm going to use my Hourglass palette. I'm going to use a little bit of this bronzer right here, and then probably just mix those two, or just use that one. Doesn't really, it's no big deal. I just want like a little bit of color on my face, but nothing major. So anyways, yeah, yesterday was really bad. So this morning, and one thing that I made him promise me before we booked our vacation, I made him promise before we left that if there was ever a day that I needed to recoup and that I wasn't feeling well, that he would be okay just going off on his own, because I don't want him to be stuck in, you know, in the studio apartment because I'm not feeling well. So we did agree on that. And he still gave me a little bit of a hard time, but I told him, I said, if you don't go and do something, then this is the last trip that we're taking, because I just don't think it's fair that just because I'm not feeling well, he doesn't get to see anything, you know? So he went today, he bought tickets to go see the Livraria. It's a big library here, now I forgot the name. But anyway, the lines to get in, horrible, but he did buy tickets to get in. So he left a little early to just walk around that area and hopefully get in. And one of the things I want to do is get a souvenir from there. And I want to get my granddaughter, the one that's 24, she loves reading. So I didn't want to get her a book because if I know the kind of book she likes. If I was going with him, I could probably do a better job. But I don't know how big of a selection of English language books are going to be available. So I told him to just get her like a journal or something like that. And they do stamp it from the library. So I thought that would be such a great souvenir for her because this girl, she can read, I mean, lots of books. So I think she would enjoy that. All right, so this is, the lighting is horrible. It's even horrible for me, so I'm sorry, guys. But I just wanted to chat with you guys. So on Thursday, we went on a wine tour to the Douro Valley. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Let me tell you, it wasn't cheap, but one of the best experiences. And if you ever come to Porto in Portugal, you need to try to do it. They picked us up like at 8:15 in the morning. And at first, when we reserved, they said they could pick us up like half a block from where we're staying. Because like I said, the street we're on, there's no traffic, no car traffic. But like half a block down, not even half a block, there's a street that cars can get through. And they were supposed to pick us up there. Where something changed and they gave us a place to meet, like it's like 15 minutes from here. So we had to get up a little earlier and we took a Bolt over there, yeah, which is like an Uber, and to meet them over there. So we did that. So I'm going to use this on my eyes also. Like I said, this is going to be quick and easy. So I'm going to use, let's find a fluffy brush. So we met over there like at 8:15 in the morning, and we didn't get back till like, it was almost 8 o'clock at night. It was an all day thing. So we stopped in this little town that is like only 800 people live there, but it's such a beautiful town. And they had a really beautiful church. So that was on the way up. We stopped for like 20 minutes. And then we went straight to the wine tasting. So the first wine tasting was like at 10 o'clock in the morning. But crazy, right? It was port wines, and there were two red ones. No, there was a rosé, a red, and a white. And the white was not that sweet. It was more of a dry, didn't taste sweet at all, except it had like a sweet aftertaste. But that one I liked. It was pretty good. And then even their port wine wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed it. So we purchased a bottle of the white that we both liked the most, and we took it with us on a river cruise, which was included with the ticket. And that was fun. It was like an hour cruising on the Douro River. And we drank a bottle of wine between the two of us in that hour. And just to say that I felt no pain, maybe that's what I should have been doing the whole time, just drinking. Instead of taking water with me, I should have just taken wine. But anyways, it was really fun. And then after that, we went to lunch. And then after that, we went to the second winery. And that one was just regular wine. We tasted a white one and a red one. And those were good also. But we didn't buy any for us. But let me tell you something, guys. It would be very easy to become an alcoholic here in Portugal because wine and beer is so cheap. Anywhere you go, it is absolutely very affordable. The bottle of wine that we purchased was like €8, which was probably like $9.50 or something US currency. But it was really good, but very, very inexpensive. And it was good. It tasted really, really good. So anyways, that was our Thursday. So I'm going to take a little bit of this right here. This one right here, that's a highlighter, but I'm going to use it on my lid. It was fun. We had a fun time. And what we booked was, there was two different kinds of tours that you can book. The regular tour, which they pick you up on a bus, and you know, there's a lot of people on the bus with you. We took what they call a private tour, which is no more than 8 people. They pick you up in a van. So that's what we did. And our tour guide was amazing. His name was Eduardo, and he was so good. And we did the English speaking tour, because you can do like a Portuguese one, Spanish one, and English one. I don't know if there's any other languages available, but we did the English speaking one, and it was fun, and we really enjoyed that. So that was an amazing day. And that one, I was tired, but I was in my normal amount of pain, not the kind that I was yesterday. Was bad. It was bad. I tell you, it was borderline going to an emergency room. I was hurting so bad. I had cold sweats. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was going to pass out. It was bad. And then when we got back to the room, I took a shower and, yeah, pretty much passed out. I took my pain medication and I went to bed, but then I woke up like around 3 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't go back to sleep. I'm going to take a little more of the brown with a flat brush. Yeah, I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was up for like a couple of hours, and then I was able to go back to sleep. But it was really good. It was fun times, even though I was in pain. It was worth the pain. So anyway, later today, after he's done with his visit to the library and he comes back, we're going to go to dinner. But that's about the only place I'm going today. Today, I'm just taking my medication and doing everything I can to possibly feel better. That involves taking a muscle relaxer, which makes me very tired and sleepy. But anyways, that's what we're doing today. So I'm gonna, for mascara, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Sky High Lash Primer. This is such a nice lash primer, and it's black. But I'm using it mainly because this helps me separate my lashes. I'm gonna use a Revolution Wrap Mascara. And I just wanna make sure my lashes are separated, because that mascara can get a little out of hand if you're not careful. You can almost wear this as a mascara, because it does a pretty good job. You know, another thing I love, guys, anywhere you go, I love orange juice. There've been a couple of places where we've gone for breakfast, and when you ask for orange juice, everywhere I've gone, it has been freshly squeezed orange juice. Is there anything better than fresh squeezed orange juice? I think not. So good. If you go to a restaurant, you order an orange juice, it's pretty pricey in the States. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. The other day, like a half a block away from us, there's a mall. And it doesn't even look like a mall from the outside. But the thing is huge, but we didn't have time to actually go and explore yet. But I want to go before we leave. We leave on Monday, the 20th. I think it's Monday. So I want to go probably later today or tomorrow. And they have a Kiko Milano store in there. I want to go shopping at Kiko Milano. So yes, I'm excited to do that, because we can get some Kiko Milano at Ulta, but they don't have a huge selection there. See, and with that primer, I really only need one coat. Even with this mascara, really, even without a primer, you can do with just one coat, because I find it a little difficult to remove. That's the only thing about this mascara. I don't think it's the easiest to remove. You know, like most of your tubing mascaras, this one doesn't, you have to work a little bit to get it off. Oh, yes. Anyways, let's do the lashes. I'm gonna be lazy and just use a brow gel today. And this is a grande lash, and this is in dark brown, I believe. It's either dark brown or medium brown. Dark. Let me get my little spoolie brush before I start this, because I do have to go over it with a spoolie, and I don't want to be searching for the brush and then this dries down on me. Just want to a little bit. I don't really care. I brought with me 2 different types of shoes. Well, I brought one cute one. I mean, they're not for support or anything. They just look cute, like with jeans or with pants. I won't recommend it to go on long walks with them because they don't give you a lot of support. But I thought, well, in case we go someplace for dinner and I don't want to wear tennis shoes. Okay, then I bought these sandals, which were not cheap. And I bought them when my husband was doing his research, when he was going to do the Camino. He found these sandals for men, but they also have it for women. That's what I bought. That you can, a lot of people do the Camino with. They're supposed to be very, very good, and they are good. So I bought myself a pair last year. But here I found that my tennis shoes, I have hookahs, and those are so good. Again, those are not cheap tennis shoes, but I just wanted something that, you know, is going to give me a lot of support and I can walk. And I've had the hookahs for a while. I've had them I don't wear them often. I'm not a tennis shoe kind of person. I don't know, I just feel like they make your feet look big or something, I don't know. But when I'm traveling, I just want to make sure I can survive. So I don't care how ugly I think something is. If they're going to help me, I'm going to wear them. I'll show you the shoes really quick. Yeah, so those are, my hookahs have been amazing. That's really what I've been wearing all along. Okay, you dry? Yep. All right. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so I think we're almost done. We just need some lips now. So I think I'm going to use this lip liner. This is from Morphe, and this is in the shade Makeup Talk or Signature. I don't know. But this is a trio. These lip liners are really, really good. And this was a trio, and it was very inexpensive. I'm gonna fill my lips. Okay, and then we're gonna use a gloss. I'm gonna use this one from Edam, and this is in the shade Bishop Glaze. This feels so good, this metal applicator on the lips. Feels really, really good. So I'm gonna leave it out so I can put that in my purse. Okay, let me show you the shoes really quick. Okay, the sandals that are made for, you know, like walking, doing a lot of rough terrain walking. They're from Chaco. Chaco's is the brand. And this is what they look like. They're not the most beautiful sandal in the world, but they don't look too bad. And what I like about them is they're not super wide because I have narrow feet. So anything that's super wide, my feet look funky in them and they're uncomfortable. And these are the little shoes that I brought in case I wanted to wear, you know, something other than a sandal or tennis shoes. And, you know, they don't weigh anything. They're very, very light, like little ballerina slippers. I have these. I got these on Amazon. I also have them in gold and in silver. They're very cute, very comfy. They're cushioned. But I mean, this is not anything that's heavy duty that you can do a lot of walking. The streets over here, wow, you have powder all over me. The streets over here are all cobblestone and very, very hard to walk on, very uneven. So you have to be super careful. But yeah, what I've been using has been my tennis shoes. I tried using these one night when we were going to dinner at a restaurant that's like 2 blocks from where we're staying. And I mean, they did fine, but they didn't feel as sturdy as my tennis shoes. So I'm not gonna be wearing these anymore. That's the one thing about this place. Everything is, the streets are all very uneven and tricky. And if you have problems staying on your feet, I don't have problems staying on my feet. I don't fall a lot, but still, sometimes I don't feel like real in control and I don't want to fall down. So this is the completed look. My husband's not going to be back for a little bit, but I'm ready when he comes. When he gets here, I'll be ready to go. You know, simple, quick. Like I said, people here don't wear a lot of makeup. Not that I wear what other people wear. I wear what I want to wear, but I want to keep it simple. And I'll try to put a couple of pictures at the end of this video that I've taken so that you guys can see so far what we have experienced, but we've only been here like 4 days. And on Monday we leave. On the 20th we leave. We go to Cascais, which is a seaside town. We stay in 2 nights there, and then from there we go to Lisbon, and we're going to spend 6 nights there, and then we'll fly out from Lisbon on the 28th. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for your time. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.